G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Subnautica with Mags. So today, after our last excursion back from the island, we tried to make our way over to the Aurora. Unfortunately I didn't have a radiation suit and the Cyclops seemed to not shield me from radiation. So we've come back to base and I've decided we're going to take a second crack at this. I've picked up the radiation suit. Actually I've made a slight change to my gear. We'll load up this now. We have the radiation suit on, and I've also changed over to the swim charge fins. This means my swim speed is going to be lower, but I'll be recharging my equipment as I'm moving around, which is important because I don't want to use too many batteries. I have some already stored on the Cyclops itself, some small and some large power cells, and I just don't want to use them unless it's absolutely necessary. Now, I've also modified the CMOF. The CMOF now has a solar charger on board, which is, of course, very important. I want to not rely on the CMOF charging from the Cyclops all that much. Just quickly clearing these out. I shall bring all of this with me onto the Cyclops as additional supplies. The Cyclops is pretty much loaded up with food. Everything is ready to go at this point. So we're going to head over and see if we can find our way into the Aurora. Now, this is uncharted territory for me. So far everything in the game is stuff that I had at the very least a basic understanding of, having played the game very early last year. A lot's changed since that time, and I've encountered a lot of new mechanics and a lot of new tech that I have never had to deal with before. So I've had to learn as I've been going in regards to that. However, the Aurora itself, the last time I played this game, was inaccessible. There was no inside of the Aurora. Now there is. I've never been there. I have been close to the hull, and that's as close as I've ever got. So this, well, it could go good or it could go very bad. Now, a couple of things have popped up from the last one. People telling me to put solar panels on top of the Cyclops. That does still work, but it's a bug. At the moment, the Cyclops is being treated like a base rather than being treated like a submarine. At the moment, there's a couple of power plants you can install on that will actually... A couple of power plants you can install on that will actually break the Cyclops. I think it's nuclear power and a thermal generator will cause the ship to flip out of control. You can put solar panels on top of it, but I've been told by those in the know playing around on the experimental server that some submarines, when this goes into play, when the next patch releases, if they have solar panels on top of them, will be possibly destroyed or removed from the game. At the very least, they're going to be flipping out of control. The other one was people asking about this. Now, go down to the bowels of the Seamoth, and there is a whole bunch of lockers, so why am I building lockers upstairs? Well, they don't work at the moment. At the moment, they're modelled, the door's open, but there is no way of storing stuff inside of them. That's apparently going to be fixed, and eventually this will be an option available as well. So, that's what it's all about. So, we'll reseal all this up. Now, the last question, this bay looks like it opens in the bottom. I imagine this is where the mech is going to go in the future. There is actually a mech, like a deep submergence mech, that you'll be able to get in one of the future updates as well. It's in testing at the moment. I'm assuming it's going to go in that bay. Actually, just check my batteries before we leave. 1100. Oh, this isn't good. I may need to make some of these. 100, 100, 100. I'm already down to 3 batteries. So I might need to quickly get some replacements. This side will put all the salt and all the extra water in here. Seamoth solar charger. Why is that there? Why is that? I'm confused. I'm sure I put that in the Seamoth already. I don't know. Oh no, that's right. I have already put it in there. I built 2 for some reason. Put the 2 power cells up. I really should get more of these, but I don't have the quartz to actually make any more power cells, so we might have to do a little picking up on the way. So we'll put 2 new cells in. Seal her up before we leave. Now, the other question that popped up, why use the Cyclops at all? It uses a phenomenal amount of power. It's not in any way faster than the Seamoth, and the Seamoth can go deeper than the Cyclops can without modifications, and all of this is entirely true. However, there is one thing the Cyclops can do that the Seamoth can't. There's a creature at the Aurora. There's a few of them in different places around the map. I've only ever seen the one at the Aurora before, and again, this was months ago, so I don't know if anything's changed with it. But it's called the Reaper. The last time I saw it, it was about the size of the Cyclops, and it can quite easily kill you and destroy a Seamoth. However, it can't damage the Cyclops. So the idea is you bring the Cyclops to the area you want to operate from. If the Reaper's there, it will survive any attacks from the Reaper, and then you operate the Cyclops once you're on point. Now, there was one extra thing I wanted to check here. I think fibers, sustenance, personal, tools, equipment. And none of that. Okay. That was just something I wanted to check. I was told that apparently there's some stuff that you can build only on the Cyclops and not anywhere else, but apparently that's not the case. So, we're going to surface for starters. So power level's at 509, just so I can get my bearings. We should be just to the left. There's the island. Now I have a beacon on board, so I can drop a beacon when I find an entrance into the... Where is it? There is the escape pod, so it'll be in this direction. Just quickly check the surface again. Yeah, I have a beacon on board, so if I find an entrance into the Aurora, I can drop a beacon straight away. Alright, now we will descend. Still haven't had a chance to check this out with the Oculus Rift yet. It requires me going over to the experimental server, but I'm a little worried my save game might be destroyed if I do that, so I've been just not. Now, copper should be easy enough to find. I don't have too much of a problem with that. The issue that I'm going to have is I need to find myself a large supply of quartz on the way in, and I'm going through an area that I've already farmed fairly heavily. And there we go, we crash it into a rock. My bit's a little bit too shallow, so we'll go up and around that. Now, one of the things I'm looking for in the Aurora, so I have been told if I can find the reactor for the Aurora, there is a fragment somewhere in there. There's quartz here. Oh, we're just going to park this here for a second. We're going to pick up the quartz because I need that just for some extra batteries, just in case. I've been told that there are... Better check that. There's a fragment available that if I can get my hands on it will halve the power consumption of the Cyclops. So that's a modification I definitely want. As far as I'm aware, that's why I can't find modifications for the Cyclops. They're all in fragments at the moment. You have to find them rather than just being able to build a selection of them straight away. Copper. Never thought I'd be going after copper again. Titanium. I don't really need you, but I'll pick you up anyway. We'll grab some of these as well. If I can find another copper, I've got enough here to make at least one more power cell, which is nice. But we'll pick a whole bunch of these, because as far as I know, they don't go off. Now, I don't have the rebreather or anything on anymore either, so my air supply is not quite as great as it once was, but I'm not expecting we'll be going too deep. Still got the twin tanks on. Once I'm inside the Aurora, I'm hoping swim speed won't be too important. It'll be how long I can actually stay. We'll grab this quartz down here as well. The quartz, of course, is used to make silicon rubber, which is... I need 2 silicon rubber for each power cell, so fairly important stuff to have available. In fact, I'm going to make a couple of power cells almost straight away. I just need more copper. This is an area I obviously haven't spent too much time in. 3, I'll swim to the surface to get air in just a moment. Now, let's grab more quartz. How's my inventory going? I'm slowly running out of space, but that's alright. I don't think there's much more quartz to pick up here. Quickly nick up for air. Sorry, another chunk of quartz over here, so I'll grab that as well. The more of this I can get, the better. I'll be going through a few power cells until I can find a way of charging the Cyclops reliably. And I don't want to use the broken... And there's... God. There's more of it down there. Right, I'll come back for it. At the moment, I need copper. Sad. I think I actually had a couple of chunks of copper back at the base. I should have just brought it along. And this is taking a surprisingly long time. Well, I'm here, so fine. I'll grab you. Alright, so I got that. I should grab a couple of these air sacs for additional air, but yeah, they'll probably go off before I get them out of the water, and I've got no more room in the tanks on board the ship at the moment, so... Well, I did ask for a lot of quartz, and I got a load of quartz, but I'm running into copper supply issues. Need 1 copper per battery plus 2 mushrooms to make, or 2 acid mushrooms to make a standard battery, 2 standard batteries plus 2 silicon rubber to make a power cell. And I would like to make a couple of power cells if it's at all possible, so... Stuck on the doors.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Go up and we'll just store everything here. So we've got 1 copper on board already. Oh, that's alright. What I'll do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll store everything else from here on in. I don't need the titanium. We'll take the copper. Now this is going to use some of the power, but I think it'll be worth it. Silicon rubber. Silicon rubber. Go to electronics, we make battery. Nice, we're down to 4.5 cells of power at the moment, and now we can make a power cell, which seemed to consume no power at all. And I'll just go straight back and we'll stick that 44, 100, 11. I'll wait till we've actually got a full empty cell. Looks like power is actually being spread at the moment. So I'll just stick the cell in storage. And that didn't actually use anywhere as near as much as that as I thought it would. Oh, that's all good. Actually, while we're here, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, so we've got 1 spare power cell, so I can at least get this thing away from the Aurora if I have to. And worst comes to worst, I can just leave the Cyclops floating and just take the Seamoth back to base, recover more power cells, and come back and fuel it up. The Seamoth has its own, the Cyclops rather, has its own beacon, so finding it again shouldn't be an issue. Now at this point, I'm pretty sure we are now in the radiation zone, so I've never been in this far in this build of the game before, so I have no idea what we're about to find. At the moment, yeah, that'll be why there's so much quartz around here. I've never swum this far in. Some interesting caves down there. I'm looking for places where I can potentially build a base close to the hull of the Aurora, which I believe, judging from that, we are just about to come up on. It's all fairly shallow here. Looks like the hull of the Aurora is sitting on a giant rise. Bit of wreckage, and that is definitely the edge of the ship. Now, I don't know if we'll have surface access. I'm expecting access will be underwater. We've got a crate. I'm going to check that out. I'll pull this one up here. Alright, so let's go down. Now, I think you can get around the other side of the Aurora as well. So, you can approach it from... crate over there as well. hearing sounds. Open supply crate. What do we got? Disinfectant water. That's it. Right, I'm going to swim ahead. Rather than stop starting the Cyclops. And a battery. Excellent. The edge of the hull, buried into the sand here. It doesn't look like there's any accessible points here. I don't think there's any accessible points here. I think we have to go further in towards the front of the Aurora to find a path in. As far as I can tell, that's where the deeper water is anyway. I don't recognize that sound. At least if that's the Reaper, it sounds different to what it used to. Another supply crate. I want to check all of these. If I can find some additional power cells, that would be lovely. There's 2 down there. And you see the depth is starting to fall off. I think this is the sort of area we're actually looking for. You know, I would have expected the area where something... More disinfected water. I would have expected an area where something the size of the Aurora crashed to have... Well, to be a lot more damaged, but this doesn't look too bad. And we've got another battery. So with the silicon rubber that I've got inside, we can actually make another power cell now. Another crate that was directly below us. With another battery. That's alright, we can keep collecting these. I can just keep making power cells. Yeah, I've got no problems with that at all. So I just leave the door open. I'm not planning on breaking this ship anytime today, so I don't think I'm going to flood it. That's actually what the doors on this are for. If you crash the Cyclops into something hard enough or take it below crush depth, it will start leaking and you can seal off the doors to isolate the water flow and then use the welder to repair the ship. But obviously we'd rather just not crash the Cyclops to begin with. Yeah, it's getting very deep and very dark very fast down there. And that looks like it progresses quite a way inside. Ports, lights, hull. That could be the spot in. We'll pull this up here. We'll go for a swim. Fish hitting the hull. I'm being very cautious here because, well, yeah, Reaper. That does look like wreckage over there, so that might be worth investigating as well. That sounds like the Reaper. Crap. We have a hole. And lots of shaking. Whoa, this is... Hopefully there's a surface inside of here that I can get out of. Yep, there's air. Alright, that's a good start. Radiation at maximum tolerable level. There. Apparently the Aurora's black box has been found. I wonder if we can weld these up. Looks like I don't need light in here, so we'll open this up. Where we got welder. Put that on 2. We can.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Okay, so these are the radiation leaks, so if we can seal them up, we'll cut down on the radiation. That's a cool mechanic.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Gotta put the swing fins on, I'm gonna need them.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Doesn't seem to be bothering my health at the moment, which is good.
Containment breach repaired. Further
7
breaches
remaining.
detected.
6 after this.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
I do love the effect in here with firing stuff raining down from the roof. Although with how long I've been here, I imagine whatever fires were in it should have gone out. Although
Containment breach
this thing's supposed to have an antimatter reactor, so
detected. Containment breach
4
repaired.
remaining. Looks like they're all in here.
Detected.
What? This seems too easy. This can't be the only reactor in here. I assume this is something you've got to do in order to progress further into the ship, but this can't be the only place that radiation's coming from.
Containment breach repaired.
2 remaining.
Breaches detected.
Where are the others? Oh, we need air. The rest of this one looks okay. This looks alright, unless they're above water. Yeah, there's one up there. They're above water. Okay.
Containment breach repaired. Further
There's the other one.
breaches
Alright, so
detected.
how do I get up on this? Whoa. Really dark in here all of a sudden. Nighttime. I will need a torch. Okay, torch set to 4. Find out how to get over here maybe? Yeah, that's better. Drive core breach sealed. Radiation dissipation in 3 days. Trying to download Aurora's black
High
box
energy
device.
particle containment field restored. Auto decontamination sequence initiated. Aquatic radiation levels are estimated to return to safe levels in T-3 days, 10 hours.
Power efficiency upgrade. Okay. Is there anything else I can do here? Can't tell me that's all that's inside the ship. There's nothing to scan. disappointing. Although, hang on, we got more of the ship this way. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'll drop the beacon on the way back. I should be able to find my way around inside of here without too much of an issue. See where else this goes. Now, I'm not swimming at the moment, so I'm assuming this isn't going to charge the light, although little bits here and there. Damage pattern inconsistent. Aurora black box device not found. So it looks like I've got to try and find the black box. And we're shaking again. 87% of the habitable sections of the ship were rendered inhabitable due to the detonation. Okay. Supposed to be. Detecting extended debris field. This is kind of cool. Go away. Just stop them for the moment. Battery. Why won't I pick that up? Let me. Okay, it won't let me pick that up. So there are creepy crawlies inside here that are going to trying to bite me here, so I just keep putting this field up, and once they hit it, it'll just freeze them in place. Alright, I'm having trouble seeing where I'm going here, so I think it might be time for me to back out of the Aurora at this point, and we'll go and have a look around the area. Now I've got the power efficiency units, so that's something. Just quickly check down here, and yeah, we'll explore this a little bit more later. Nighttime is clearly not the time for it. This flashlight is just not good enough to see where the hell I'm going. Strange how you get down to here and suddenly the sound just stops. So obviously there is meant to be something I'm supposed to do up in that section, but anyways, I'll swim back out, drop a beacon. There's nothing else in here that's interesting to do. There's another computer unit over there, some debris. We'll have a look and see if we can get over there. Oh, currently on fire. Doesn't seem to be anything important here, so we'll drop back down. Right, where did we get in here? Through the hole in the floor. I'll drop the beacon at the entrance, and then we'll go plug the power efficiency unit in, and we'll see exactly what is going on. So this is interesting. I do like this. I think there needs to be more of the ship explorable, but I do like this. So, we'll just breach. Pick pick up some more quartz on the way out because I like quartz, as much quartz as I can get. I've got some serious glass work to do soon. And check out this crate. This crate wasn't here before, was it? Grab the battery.
Caution. Blood nutrient levels
Yep, I'll take care of that in just a moment.
Calorie intake
Welcome aboard,
recommended.
Captain.
Okay, so go back down here. And we have something new to plug in. So we have the power efficiency module upgrade. Goes in. Engine efficiency by 15%. Alright, so it's not as big as I thought it was, but I'll take it. Now, we're going to need some water. We'll put those in there, and the reason why we had the aquarium in the first place.
New creature discovered.
Cook up some of these, this will fix the food issue, and we will just continue on.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Should have brought some health kits along, unfortunately, I didn't think to. Alright. So let's head off into the deeper water here and see what we can find. Because I'm in something now that will survive the Reaper, so now I want to find it. Because I haven't seen it in a while. Because hunting a dangerous alpha predator that likes to eat mini submarines is always a good idea. However, for the moment, that'll have to wait till next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more. Dive smart, dive safe, and I'll catch you next time.